Cowboys fans, brace yourselves. The rumor mill is on fire, and Dallas is at the center of it all. Dalvin Cook in a Cowboys uniform? A surprise trade for Zach Wilson? And who's this mystery visitor that could reshape our defense? Stick around because we're diving deep into the latest Cowboys rumors that could change everything for America's team. You won't want to miss this. Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. We've got some juicy topics to discuss that could shake up the Cowboys roster and strategy for the upcoming season. We're talking Dalvin Cook, Tyus Bowser, a potential Zach Wilson trade, and some intriguing running back targets. So, buckle up and let's get into it. First up, let's address the elephant in the room, Dalvin Cook to the Cowboys. Now, this isn't the first time we've heard Cook's name associated with the star, but the buzz is getting louder. As we all know, Cook was recently released by the Minnesota Vikings, and he's looking for a new home. The four-time Pro Bowler has been one of the most dynamic running backs in the league over the past few years, and the idea of him donning the silver and blue is enough to make any Cowboys fan salivate. Here's the deal. The Cowboys' running game took a hit when they parted ways with Ezekiel Elliott, and while Tony Pollard is set to be the lead back, there's no denying that Cook would add a whole new dimension to the offense. Imagine a backfield with both Pollard and Cook. That's the stuff of nightmares for opposing defenses. Cook's ability to break tackles, catch passes out of the backfield, and hit home runs would complement Pollard's shifty, explosive style perfectly. But before we get too excited, we need to consider the practicalities. Cook isn't going to come cheap, and the Cowboys aren't exactly flush with cap space. They'd need to get creative with the contract structure and possibly make some tough decisions elsewhere on the roster. There's also the question of Cook's durability. He's had his fair share of injuries over the years, and the Cowboys might be hesitant to invest heavily in another injury-prone running back after their experience with Elliott. That said, the potential upside is massive. A Cook signing would instantly elevate the Cowboys' offense to one of the most dangerous in the league. Dak Prescott would have another weapon at his disposal, and the ground game would keep defenses honest, opening up more opportunities in the passing game for CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the receiving corps. Now, let's shift gears and talk about a name that might not be as familiar to some fans, Tyus Bowser. The Cowboys recently hosted Bowser for a visit, and this is definitely worth paying attention to. Bowser, a former second-round pick by the Baltimore Ravens, has been a solid contributor as an edge rusher and outside linebacker. He's coming off a season where he was limited due to an Achilles injury, but when healthy, he's shown flashes of being a disruptive force. The Cowboys' interest in Bowser makes a lot of sense when you consider their defensive philosophy under Dan Quinn. Quinn loves versatile players who can rush the passer and drop into coverage, and that's exactly what Bowser brings to the table. He could potentially fill the role left vacant by Anthony Barr, providing depth and flexibility to the linebacker corps. If the Cowboys do sign Bowser, it would be another example of their strategy of adding veteran talent on prove-it deals. It's a low-risk, high-reward move that could pay dividends if Bowser can stay healthy and reach his potential. Keep an eye on this situation. It might not be as flashy as a Dalvin Cook signing, but it could be just as important for the team's success. Alright, now let's talk about a rumor that's been gaining traction lately, a potential trade for Zach Wilson. Yes, you heard that right. The former second overall pick of the New York Jets is reportedly on the trading block, and some insiders are linking him to the Cowboys. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would the Cowboys be interested in Wilson when they have Dak Prescott? Well, it's not as crazy as it might seem at first glance. The Cowboys have been in the market for a backup quarterback, and Wilson could be an intriguing option. Despite his struggles with the Jets, he still has the physical tools that made him such a highly touted prospect coming out of BYU. A change of scenery, coupled with the opportunity to learn behind an established starter like Prescott, could be exactly what Wilson needs to revive his career. From the Cowboys' perspective, acquiring Wilson would give them a high upside backup with the potential to develop into a starter down the line. It's no secret that Prescott's contract situation will need to be addressed in the near future, and having a talented young quarterback waiting in the wings could give the Cowboys some leverage in negotiations. Of course, any trade for Wilson would depend on the asking price. The Jets aren't likely to get anything close to what they invested in Wilson, but they'll still want some value in return. The Cowboys would need to weigh the cost against the potential benefit and decide if it's worth rolling the dice on Wilson's talent. Now, let's circle back to the running back position, because even if the Dalvin Cook rumors don't pan out, the Cowboys are still exploring other options to bolster their backfield. One name that's been floating around is Kareem Hunt. The former Cleveland Brown is still available on the free agent market and could be a cost-effective alternative to Cook. Hunt brings a similar skill set to the table. He's a capable runner between the tackles, a threat in the passing game, and has experience in a committee backfield. He might not have the same star power as Cook, but he could be a valuable addition to the Cowboys' offense. Another name to keep an eye on is Leonard Fournette. Playoff Lenny was released by the Buccaneers earlier this offseason and is looking for a new home. While he might not be the same explosive runner he was early in his career, Fournette has proven to be a reliable option in both the run and pass game. His playoff experience could also be valuable for a Cowboys team looking to make a deep postseason run. Don't sleep on the possibility of the Cowboys looking at some younger, less established backs as well. Players like Cam Akers or Jay Dillon could potentially be available via trade, and while they might not have the same name recognition as Cook or Hunt, they could offer upside at a lower cost. As we wrap up this video, it's clear that the Cowboys are leaving no stone unturned in their quest to improve the roster. Whether it's splashy moves like signing Dalvin Cook or under-the-radar acquisitions like Tyus Bowser, the front office is clearly committed to putting the best possible team on the field. The potential Zach Wilson trade adds an interesting wrinkle to the quarterback situation, and it'll be fascinating to see how that develops. And while the running back position remains a focus, the Cowboys have multiple options to explore beyond just Cook. Remember, these are all rumors and speculation at this point, but that's what makes the offseason so exciting. The possibilities are endless, and the Cowboys are right in the thick of it all. So, what do you think, Cowboys Nation? Which of these moves would you like to see happen? Are you all in on Dalvin Cook, or would you prefer a different approach to the running back position? How do you feel about the idea of bringing in Zach Wilson? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Or would you prefer a different approach to the running back position? How do you feel about the idea of bringing in Zach Wilson? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.